In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing all of the new Mythic units in Anime Adventures. If you find the video helpful, consider leaving a like and subscribing, and at the end of this video, I will be ranking all of the new units in my personal opinion. First up, we have Itto. Now for Itto, this is the only unit I personally don't have level 70 and Evo'd. So I brought Potato with me so he could showcase the level 70 Evo'd, which is the one that saves one eye, compared to mine, which is not Evo'd, but also level 70. Keep in mind, his has Superior 1 and mine has Nimble 3. So that's why there's a difference in the SBA between ours, and the damage difference isn't because of Superior 1, that's just because it's Evo'd. So at base, the Itto 1-Eye, which is Evo'd, does 665 damage, 8 seconds, 21.8 range. And mine, which is un-Evo'd, is doing 475 damage every 7 seconds with 20.7 range. At upgrade 1, Itto Evo'd is going to have 1500 damage every 7.5 seconds with 22.8 range. And mine, which is un-Evo'd once again, at upgrade 1, has 1000 damage every 7 seconds with 21.7 range. So straight off the bat, we can see a big increase in damage and a slight increase in range. Now keep in mind, we can actually see that the Itto is gaining damage on kill. We're going to show it here. It's 1511, and right here, as it kills something, it goes up to 1512. So it gained 1 damage, and mine is not gaining damage at all, as you just saw. So obviously the Evo is allowing it to gain damage, as well as having more damage just off base. On upgrade 2, Itto Evo'd is going to have 2300 damage every 7.5 seconds with 24.4 range. And with mine, we have 1664 damage every 7 seconds with 23.2 range. And right here, it's just gained 1 again. So I do believe it's probably going to stay 1 for a little bit, but I do know at a certain upgrade, it starts to gain more. At upgrade 3, Itto now has 3400 damage every 7.5 seconds with 24.9 range. And mine has 2300 every 7 seconds with 23.7 range. So we can already see an 1000 damage difference and a slight range difference. Now in upgrade 4, both the non-Evo'd and the Evo'd form gain the Cone AoE. Okay, now the non-Evo'd is going to have 3500 damage, 7 seconds, 24.7 range, and has Cone AoE like I mentioned. The Evo'd one has 5100 damage every 7.5 seconds with 26 range, and it's also Cone AoE. Now that we are Cone AoE, chances are we may be getting multiple kills in one swipe, so we could gain more damage. Looks like it's probably still gaining 1 per kill, and I assume last upgrade was also 1 per kill, but maybe it killed 3, and that's why I said 3. It did just gain 5 there. And I don't know if it killed 5. I think it just gained 4 there. It just gained another 5. And I think it only killed 1. Unless I'm mistaken and there was something behind it. So I think it's probably around 1 or 2 gain right now. But because we're killing multiple enemies, it's a little bit hard to tell. Next, upgrade 5 is going to give us 6100 damage every 7.1 seconds with 26.9 range. The non-Evo'd one has 4200 damage every 6.5 seconds with 25.7 range. So it appears the SBA and range are probably the exact same. But when you Evo, you are gaining damage per kill, and you have more just base damage in general. Upgrade 6, once again, increased the damage up to 6900 every 6.6 seconds with 28 range, and the default one has 4700 damage every 6.1 seconds with 26.7 range. So here is when the big difference starts to come in. First of all, the non-Evo'd one is now maxed out at upgrade 7, maxing out at 5200 damage, 6.1 seconds, 29.6 range. Now keep in mind the Evo'd one still has upgrades to go, it is gaining more damage, and it has this way different attack effect. I do believe it is still Cone AoE by the seams of it, but it still has more upgrades to go, and it's already at 12,000 damage every 10.4 seconds with 41.4 range. Of course, it is still gaining damage on kills. So now, the Evo'd Itto is maxed out, so it had 1 extra upgrade than the regular Itto, and it has different attack effects. Keep in mind, this is the maxed non-evolved Itto, and then the maxed evolved Itto has 15,000 damage every 9.4 seconds with 51.8 range. Keep in mind, this is gaining damage every kill it gets, compared to the non-evolved one, which does not. Now, that is going to do it for the Itto showcase. Next, we're going to move on to Tara, and keep in mind that at the end of the video, we are going to rank all of the new mythics, so make sure you stay around for that. At base, Tara is going to cost 1300 and starts with Cone AoE in some very small range. Keep in mind, as the upgrades go, you do get Circle AoE and the range luckily gets larger. On base, we have 350 damage every 4 seconds with 8.3 range. The first upgrade is going to cost 1650, and that puts our damage at 584 every 3.4 seconds with 9.3 range. Next upgrade is going to cost 2250, and this puts us up to 876 damage, 2.9 seconds with 10.4 range. And we can see that next upgrade we're going to get Pyrokinesis, and this is going to put our SPA up to 7.3, which gets quite high, but our range gets really big, and of course, we get a big damage buff with burn. So we're going to buy this upgrade for $32.50, and now we can see that we have a bigger cone, and of course, cone AoE. I always like to put cone AoE on last, so that's what I'm going to do. And we're at 1800 damage every 7.3 seconds with 23.4 range. In case you were wondering, you can place 4 Tataras like so. And our next upgrade is going to cost 4500, so we're going to get that, and that puts us up to 2500 damage every 6.8 seconds with 23.9 range. And we're about to see how much the burn does with the Alien Elite. You're doing a very, very solid amount of burn. It's doing 300 per tick now, but I do believe on the first tick it was doing like 1000, which is crazy. So it obviously looks like it goes down. I think the burn's about 3 seconds, and I do believe it is around 1000 burn. Here we are for our next upgrade. It's going to cost 5500. It's going to put us up to 3200 damage every 6.8 seconds with 25 range. So here we are. That's going to cost 7000. And that puts us up to 4000 damage every 6.8 seconds with 25.4 range. Next, for 9000, we're going to get put to 4700 damage every 6.3 seconds with 27 range. And you can see at that upgrade 8, we're going to get Scorching Slam, which is when we become Circle AoE. So I am going to put him back to first, and I'm going to get the upgrade for 12,000. This puts us up to 5200 damage every 5.8 seconds with 28 range, and of course now we have that really big Circle AoE, which is always nice, and we do still have burn. For 14,500, we're going to max Tarata out at 5,800 damage every 5.8 seconds with 28.6 range. And keep in mind, this includes at about 1000 burn, which is always very nice. There we go. It looked like the burn there was about 700, so like I said, it's just around 1000. This is what the range looks like for reference, in case anyone wanted to see that. And of course, at the end of the video, I will rank all of the new units in my opinion. So if you want to know which one to get, you should definitely stick around to the end. Next up, we have Juozu. Now, Juozu costs 1250 to place down. Juozu has Bleed, which as well as doing damage, makes use of regens 75% slower. So of course, if you're doing a Ghoul Infinite or a Snowy Town Infinite, you are gonna need a Juozu. Base, we have Circle AoE with some decent range, and now we see that we're at 250 damage every 6.7 seconds with 20.2 range. And the first upgrade costs 1750. This is going to put us up to 500 damage every 6.2 seconds with 20.8 range. Now keep in mind, all the units I'm showcasing are level 70 and evolved. Some of them do have traits. Keep in mind, you can look at the bottom and see my traits. I do have Sniper on my Juozu, and I do have Reaper on my Ariva. Upgrade 2 costs 2,500, and this puts us up to 1000 damage every 6.2 seconds with 21.5 range. We still have Circle AoE, and we have this cool spinning effect. Next up, for 3,000, we get Upgrade 3. This is going to put us up to 1,250 damage every 5.7 seconds with 22.2 range. For 5,000, we get 1,700 damage every 5.7 seconds with 27 range. And we see that upgrade 5, we're going to get Manic Frenzy. For 6,500, we're going to get Manic Frenzy here, and that's going to move us into Cone AoE. Now keep in mind, Juozu will be Cone AoE for the rest of the upgrade, so I am going to put on last. Now we're at 2,500 damage every 7.2 seconds with 33.6 range. Now of course we do have a new attack animation now with the Cone effect. The next upgrade is going to cost 7,500. And this is going to put us up to 3,200 damage every 7.2 seconds with 35 range. We can see that the Bleed just did about 300 damage to this Alien Elite, so I don't know if that's what it actually is or if I was misreading that. There's another 300. So it looks like the Bleed is about 300 on upgrade 6. But now for 8,000, we get upgrade 7. This puts us up to 4,000 damage every 6.7 seconds with 36.3 range. So we're going to buy that for 10,000, and this is going to put us up to 5,000 damage every 4.8 seconds with 40.3 range. Now we can see that the look of Juozu has actually changed. This was the original appearance, and we can see the current appearance when we got that upgrade. Next up, for 15,000, we're going to get upgrade 9, which does indeed max out Juozu at 7,500 damage every 5 seconds with 40.3 range. And keep in mind, this is with Bleed, as well as Bleed being able to make use of regens 75% slower. So like I mentioned, Juozu is a must-have on the Ghoul Infinite map and Snowy Town. Finally, we have Ariva. Arguably, Ariva is probably the best. Like I said, I will rank them all once I get done, but I will say Ariva is probably the best. Ariva has the highest DPS, and in my opinion, I do think Ariva has replaced Broly for leaderboard runs, in case you were curious. I'll show a screenshot on screen now. We got to Snowy Town leaderboard without using any Brolys, and that was because Broly, I believe, is now pushed out of meta. Now, Ariva at base is going to have 434 damage every 7.7 seconds with 23.4 range. First upgrade is going to cost 2,000 and put us up to 1,000 damage every 7.7 seconds with 24.5 range. For 2,200, we get put up to 1,600 damage every 7.2 seconds with 25 range. Of course, this is what the range is looking like, and of course we also have the circle AoE currently. Once again, Ariva does become cone at a later upgrade, but for now we are circle AoE with this range. For upgrade 3, it's going to cost 3,000 and put us up to 2,100 damage every 7.2 seconds with 25.5 range. For upgrade 4, it costs 5,000, and this is going to put us up to 2,960 damage every 6.7 seconds with 26.1 range. And we can see that we have a brand new attack VFX now, where it looks a little bit more like some sort of like lightning ball. For upgrade 5, it's going to cost 6,000, and this puts us up to 4,100 damage every 6.7 seconds, 26.6 range. For 7,250, we get another upgrade in upgrade 6. We have 5,100 damage, 6.2 seconds, 27.7 range. For 10,000, we get upgrade 7, which puts us up at 6,300 damage every 6.2 seconds, 28.2 range. And of course, at upgrade 8, we get Owl, which is going to become Cone AoE. By the way, Owl is an only evoed Ariva Fin, so if you don't have the evo, I do believe you can't go any further than this. But now that we're going to get Cone AoE, I am going to put it once again on last and buy the upgrade for 12,500. This is going to put us up to 11,000 damage every 6.2 seconds with 37.2 range. For 15,000, we get upgrade 9, which is going to put us up at the maxed Ariva, and we have 13,500 damage every 5.8 seconds with 42.6 range. Keep in mind, I have Reaper on my Ariva, so I have a slight damage buff, and of course, I do deal more damage to bosses. Of course, to end the video off, I am going to give my ranking on all 4 of the new mythics. Personally, I would put Ariva as the highest. Ariva is a must-have on every single map. I'd put Juozu right below Ariva for the fact that Juozu is such a W on the Ghoul Infinite and Snowy Infinite runs. Then I would probably put Itto. The reason why Itto is the 3rd and not the top, like some people might think, Itto's so busted, you gain damage per kills. In reality, Itto's gonna need almost all the kills, and Itto is only available on Planet Namek. And finally, I am gonna put Tarata at the bottom. Tarata does have really good burn, but it's just nothing compared to the other new units. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, consider leaving a like and subscribing, and of course, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.